everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing some polymer clay tips and tricks. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments and let's roll with the video. If your clay is too hard or brittle, you can use baby oil, Vaseline, or clay softener to soften your clay. Just mix in a small amount of either of your options into your clay and just thoroughly mix until it's not crumbly anymore. On the flip side, if your clay is too soft and sticky, you can leach the excess oil out of the clay. To leach your clay, take your clay and flatten it into a pancake and sandwich it between two sheets of paper and leave it for a few hours. After a few hours, you can see all the extra oil that has leached out onto the paper, and then you can continue using your clay. To secure raw clay to raw clay, I tend to use wire. I commonly use this when I make chibis, so I pretty much just cut a small piece of wire and I put it into one of the raw sides of clay, and then I stick the other one on top. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to make it more secure, you can always add some TLS. To secure raw clay to baked clay, I add TLS to the baked clay and I add the raw clay on. Depending what you are making, you can also blend the raw clay on the baked clay, or if it's small details, you can just leave them on top of the TLS. To shade polymer clay, I use chalk pastels. I just use these ones from Artist Loft, and I just shave down some on a piece of paper and I use a brush to add it on the clay. The leftover chalk dust can be stored in a container, and depending on what you're making, you can mix up your own colors. And some things I like to shade are like cupcakes or desserts, flower petals, and I like to add blushing on my chibis. To clean dusty and stained clay, you can do many different things, one of which is before you're working, you can wash your hands with soap and water to get rid of dust and if there's already clay on your hands. You can also clean your work surface and your tools. Sometimes dust does still get into your clay, and for larger dust particles, I like to use a needle tool to lightly scrape it out of the clay, and I just smooth over that area with my finger. To get smaller pieces of dust, I use a cotton bud and rubbing alcohol, and I just rub it on the dusty surface. And this also can be used to clean up excess chalk pastels. There are many different colors that can stain and transfer color to your creation. The most common two I find is red and some types of blue. Some ways I try to avoid this is to wash hands in between different colors. And also working from lightest to darkest can help reduce cross-contamination between the colors. And if you still find some color stains after baking, you can use acetone or nail polish remover with acetone in it and a cotton bud, and you just want to lightly rub the surface. If you do this, remember to wipe some water on the surface after so there's no excess acetone on the surface and it doesn't cause any problems. To make even sheets of clay without a POS machine, you can use popsicle sticks. So the first thing you want to do is slightly flatten out your clay ball and put one popsicle stick on each side. You can obviously use more popsicle sticks if you want a thicker sheet of clay. Then you just want to roll out your clay with a rolling pin or any other tool. And you can also do this with playing cards instead of popsicle sticks. When baking polymer clay, you want to bake according to a packet's instructions. These are located on the side of the packaging, and different brands have different baking times and temperatures. If you want to use multiple different clay brands, just take the average temperature and the average time separately. Pre-baking clay, on the other hand, is when you bake your project to save your progress, so you can continue working on it later without ruining the details you just made. And typically when I pre-bake for only 10 minutes, but you can do longer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!